Spirit, what do we have at the foundation of the reading? 10 of Wands, Sag energy at the foundation of the reading. Now, what I've been picking up surrounding the collective is an energy where something has been lifted off of your shoulders, but you don't realize this yet. It's sort of like you're carrying some sort of burden, and the universe is saying, hey, why don't you go ahead and put that down and look up? See how in this illustration, this individual is carrying all this weight and they're looking down. It's almost like they're not really engaging with the world around them because they're so burdened by the weight of whatever they're carrying here. And the wands are just a metaphorical representation of what I feel all of you have been carrying, karmically speaking. And I feel that this is directly connected to a lot of your family lineages. There's something here that I've been getting surrounding quite possibly your parents, the authority in your life, something that goes all the way back to your childhood. This is one of these situations where we grow up in an environment and we're sent down a certain path, trusting the authority in our life by default. We don't have any other choice, nor do we have the conscious awareness to even question the direction that we're being sent. It's typically not until we reach our adult years do we start to question the foundation that we have building our life on top of. Now, I feel for a lot of you, this is just one of these situations where you may not have just been provided with the tools, or maybe you just didn't have responsible authority figures in your life. Now, the example that Spirit gave me has a fairy tale vibe to it, but it gets the point across. It's one of these situations where maybe there's some sort of villain who has cast a spell over the city, over the lands, and all of these people are living in darkness for 50 years. And then all of a sudden, this person gets sick and they start to age out, or maybe they even pass away. And in that moment, when this person can't hold that power anymore, the curse is lifted off the land. What was once consumed by darkness is now a lush, beautiful landscape that is flooded with divine light. And this is just an analogy for what I'm getting surrounding all of your situations right now. And the second example they gave me was an individual that grew up in an environment, or more specifically, a home where a lot of dark things took place. And it's like years have gone by and they just happen to be in the same town where that old home is. So they drive by the home and there's a new family living there. The house is painted in brighter colors. There's a lot of life in this house. There's laughter. There's seemingly a lot more love. And the whole energy has shifted. It's like where there was once darkness, there is now light. And I feel that this is directly connected to some sort of internal dialogue that you have had based on some sort of traumatic events that have taken place in your life at the hands of another, or just in an environment where other individuals were able to influence your growth and or potential moving forward on your path. You have gotten to this point in your life now where you have been given back some sort of control in areas that you may have not ever had it before, because you built inside that space on a foundation that was influenced by others. Spirit is asking you to decide on the structure that you want your life to now be built on. Tell the universe you want something to happen. Take the first step, and then the universe will follow you. If it's in alignment with the highest good of yourself and the rest of the collective, you are being given the power right now to make this happen. Now, this doesn't mean that your path is going to be free of obstacles. There's always going to be obstacles. But what I'm getting here is you have all the tools at your disposal to overcome those obstacles. Spirit is asking you to look up, look around, and decide whether or not you are going to keep going down that path that you are essentially forced onto without any say-so, or if you are now going to shift your direction and take all of this wisdom that you have unknowingly accumulated up until this point in your life and start carving out the path that is in direct alignment with what you came here to do and live to begin with. What do we have at the sacred, please, Spirit? Wow. 10 of Wands to 10 of Pentacles. You go from the curse to the blessing. 2 10s on the table. This is so clear and really so black and white, because the 10 of Wands is representing the path that you have been on this entire time, right? And the 10 of Pentacles is representing this new door that is open for you right now. This is your divine inheritance. These are your divine blessings. This is your legacy, and it's right there at the sacral. I feel that a lot of you are being given the opportunity to explore some sort of dream or some sort of passion that you have been holding on to for a very long time. It's like you've been inside this energy, right? Which gives a kind of Cinderella energy, okay? It's like here you are just working away, and it's like you're dreaming of this, like, what if? But now the door is open. The opportunity is here. Whatever that looks like for you, this is one of these situations where you have been trying to overcome some sort of struggle, some sort of energy that has really been creating a lot of pressure in your life, creating a lot of resistance for you. And a lot of it has to do with old, outdated belief systems that Spirit has been trying to help you eradicate from your energy at this time. The 10 of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles, back to back right here, is nothing short of a timeline jump. It's like waking up from nightmare one day and all of a sudden you're in this. I also got a message before the reading about replacing a memory or a trauma with a new imprint that sees you taking back control. And I'm thinking about the analogy that I just gave about driving by the house and seeing it in this sort of different energy now. It's like that memory of seeing the house in this light, in this goodness, in this love is meant to help replace the bad memories that you experienced inside of that space. Now, there's many different ways that we can utilize something like this, okay? You know, for the sake of example, it's like a child who wanted to be an artist and they were gifted. There was definitely some sort of talent there. And every time they would show their art to one of their parents would throw it aside and say, oh, just give it up. You'll never be able to do that. Come to present day, they have a dream about sitting with that parent. And the parent is now very interested in their art, says, wow, this is really great. Now, this is just an example of replacing an old imprint with a new one, okay? And what I'm channeling through here are just examples that Spirit wants you to implement into your life right now to help assist you in replacing old memories, old events with something positive to help file away that old imprint. You see, when we go through traumatic situations that are left unresolved, it creates a karmic imprint inside our subconscious mind. And we go through situations that reflect that trauma, that old imprint unearths itself from the deep recesses of our subconscious mind, and it's like we trigger that loop again. We trigger that sort of film strip, that event to take place again. And it causes us to self-sabotage. It causes us to show up in that space with the echoes of that trauma, so to speak. And we can find ourselves tripping on that same trauma year after year, decade after decade. But now, the point that a lot of you have reached in your lives, Spirit is saying, hey, let's go ahead and pull up that old imprint and let's replace it with a new image. Let's try and program your mind to think about that space being flooded with light, with love. So if I was to really simplify what we've gotten here so far, it's that Spirit is trying to make you immune to the trauma and replace the old outdated belief systems and or imprints with something new, and then using some sort of repetition to program into your mind that this is how it is now. You know, everything that we have channeled through up until now speaks about the deeper mechanics of truly shifting your reality and timelines that you exist on, right? It all comes down to programming your mind. And right as I said programming, I got this sort of grit in my voice there. When that happens, it's meant to put emphasis on that word. So programming, right? It's like you're programming a new reality for yourself. It's like Spirit is trying to assist you in interfacing with your life that sees you taking control rather than relinquishing control, subconsciously speaking, in areas that you may have not even been able to truly access anymore because they were buried so far back in the crevices of your subconscious mind. Spirit, what do we have? The solar plexus, please. 6 of Pentacles at the solar plexus. So right off the bat, you are being given to an extreme amount of abundance. I want to make this clear that it's abundance of the mind, it's a feeling, it's an energy, and then it starts to show up in your environment around you. Now, this energy here is really speaking about individuals that are going to be blessed in such a way that you will have enough to help others, right? That's what the Six of Pentacles really is. It's like you are going from this Ten of Wands energy to now be positioned in a space where you could provide for others if you choose to. And as we can see, the scales here are tipping. You know, you may already be in this energy. And then we have Ten of Cups right there as well. Page of Swords, Six of Swords. So we've already seen 3 tens, okay? Ten of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. So there's this huge energy of completion that I'm picking up here. And again, this is going back to these karmic imprints, which Spirit is trying to help us dig out right now, right? Spirit wants us to review these things and replace them with new memories that serve us on our path moving forward. Another analogy they want me to give is in regards to an individual that maybe didn't have a strong support system around them when they were growing up. Maybe they didn't have somebody that they could talk to and really confide in and really help show them the way. Yeah, I just heard they were hushed up a lot, right? But now this person in their adult life is given an opportunity to be in a position similar to what they were in when they were a child, right? So now maybe they're able to be there for somebody in a way that they needed somebody to be there for them when they were in need, right? And that allows them to replace that old memory, that old karmic imprint with this new memory. So they just keep giving me these different analogies for what it is we're picking up here, okay? This is all about extracting and replacing, okay? And this is a very effective way to completely reprogram your entire mind and or restructure the way you interface with life and your reality. And again, excuse the redundancy, but this is how you effectively timeline jump. Is this easy? No, it's not, because it can be very emotional to interact with these spaces, but it's very possible, it's very real, and it's very effective. And the whole reason why this is even coming up is because you are being given access to something. It's going to be different for all of you. It could be a new opportunity, a level up in your career, a new relationship, a new environment. Take it as it fits, but it's all connected to this. There's some sort of limiting belief system that is directly connected to all of this that is keeping you from being able to step into that new season of your life. So we only have 3 cards on the table, and what we're getting here is a deeply profound message about transmutation, right? The act of turning a negative into a positive, and very effective, clear steps on how you go about doing this. What do we have at the heart, please, Spirit? Just followed what I said. Hangman, Pisces energy at the heart. So the Hangman is all about seeing things from a different perspective, right? This is us channeling through this message right now. And look, there's the sun. Unbelievable, right? We're talking about the sun flooding through into a space where there was once darkness, right? It's like Spirit is trying to show you things from this new vantage point, this different perspective. It's like what... Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this correctly. It's like what was once down is now going to be up, but you have to look at this thing while you're hanging upside down to be able to figure out how to turn it upright. I'm not even going to try and make any sense of that, okay? You're all supposed to take that message and make sense of it yourself, okay? Yeah, very clear. I'm getting a lot of ringing in my ears right now, too. So King of Swords, you're cutting something away that you have been holding on to, which has been keeping you in this energy of lack, the mindset. Queen of Cups, healing. And then 9 of Pentacles, the stability, the 9 before the 10. Okay. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy at the throat. Let's get some surrounding energy. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Judgment. Okay. Pluto, Scorpio energy. So Scorpio energy back to back here. Yeah, it's like there's something or some things that have been causing a lot of you to take all these little detours in your life that are directly connected to these karmic imprints. It's like you're programmed a certain way before you even have a say-so in the matter. So you're going down this particular path and you're interfacing with life based on this kind of influence. And now you're reaching a point on your path where you're being faced with certain decisions you have made that have led you to get to this point, and or certain outdated belief systems, and Spirit is asking you, hey, are you satisfied with the landscape of your life right now? Does this look the way you want it to look? Or is there something you feel missing? Is there something that you feel you need to integrate into your experience? Because if you're feeling that way, there may just be something there. And you know, the Seven of Cups shows us all this. Well, I always see this, right, as the 7 deadly sins, okay? There's all these weird temptations. You know, each one of these cups can represent something different, right? And, you know, 7 chakras. So the 7 chakras, when twisted, right, out of alignment, are the 7 deadly sins. When they're in balance, they're the 7 heavenly virtues, okay? Now, on the 7 of Cups here, we see Jesus underneath that material there, right? And he's glowing. And it's almost like somebody's thrown that over him. They're saying, be quiet, Jesus, right? And instead, this individual is distracted by everything that's around Jesus. And Jesus is just saying, hey, what about me? And the Christ figure here is really just speaking about a higher power, right? Whoever you look to as your supreme being. This is Spirit asking you to lean on the higher power at this time. Let Spirit heal you, or rather help you transmute all which is not serving you on your path moving forward from this point onward. And the Judgment energy right here at the third eye is the awakening, is the rebirth. And we see this illustration with feminine, masculine, and then there's this child in the middle. And the feminine and masculine to me is a sort of rebalancing. It's like calibration taking place right here for a lot of you. So if some of you had an imbalance in the feminine side, it's like that is being brought into balance. And if some of you were imbalanced in the masculine side of your life, that's being brought into balance, whichever side it is that you resonate with, right? And I'm hearing here that this could be directly connected to the traumas, right? You know, a real basic example is you experiencing some sort of trauma with a feminine authority figure in your life or a masculine authority figure in your life, and it creates an imbalance in that area of your life. So maybe if you're a female and you had some trauma in the masculine area of your life, you grow up holding on to something that is causing you to have problems with connecting to masculine energies in your life, and vice versa for the males, right? Just a real basic example. Now, this is representing a rebalancing taking place in these areas of your life. And the child here is just representing the rebirthing taking place. It's like you are being reborn anew. But the Judgment card is also an energy that requires action from you. All of this requires action, right? It's not something that just happens unless you want it to. If anything, this is Spirit just delivering a message to help inspire all of you to take some sort of action, right? Because Judgment is the phone call. This is Spirit calling you up saying, hey, you ready? We're ready to do this. It's time. You've done your time in this space. You don't need to be there anymore. You've learned all you've needed to learn. But you've been there for so long that it's all you know. So the process by which all of this begins to unfold in your life almost feels like a daunting task. You know, this is like somebody who begs and pleads, is on their hands and knees every night praying to the divine for a change. And then it shows up. The divine is like, hey, let's go. We heard the prayers. We know. We've been working on things behind the scenes for you this entire time, but everything had to unfold in a specific divine order. But now we need you to be strong and get up and take that first step. And when you take that first step, we will take another step. When you take another, we will take another. We will meet you halfway, the whole way there. This is how this works. This is Manifestation 101. You step, we step. You step, we step. Remember, the universe amplifies everything back to you in your own life that you are putting out because of your free will. See, a lot of people know that, but they don't actually act on it. They know that what they put out into the universe is what comes back, right? A lot of people think that spirit, the divine, God, whoever they look to for their higher power is going to show up at their house, come inside, grab them, and drag them into the new beginning. And this is not how this works. This is not how Manifestation 101 works. This is not how our relationship with the universe works. The universe will open a door for you and say, hey, we can make this happen, but you have to put one foot in front of the other. You have to navigate all these obstacles between you and this door. What do we have the crown, please, Spirit? Lovers. Wow. Perfect. Gemini energy with this lovers at the crown. Now, the way I'm reading this energy aligns perfectly with the messages we have been delivering. Because look, their spirit, there's the divine masculine, the divine feminine. And it's like they're looking over a whole new land. And this just represents you, right? All of us, whether male or female, have masculine and feminine traits in us. And this energy right here is representing the calibration, the rebalancing. And the rebalancing, as we mentioned, is taking place because you are reviewing these karmic imprints. You are bringing balance to your life. It's like another way of speaking about doing shadow work. And this is so clear. The imagery mirrors, right? It's like this is the awakening. And then look right here. You're under the light, under the sun. This is the process by which the rebalancing is taking place, the awakening. The inner child is the glue, right? And that can really speak about the point of trauma, the point of impact. That's where the healing takes place. And now, these two parts of you are clearly adults, right? Fully grown. So it's like reconnecting with that inner child brings rebalancing in the adult stage of life. And now here we are, clearly on a whole new timeline. There's literally undeveloped land right there, which is just a representation of where you're going. I mean, we have the temptation, right? Right there with the serpent. You have your back turned to it. So that's just really a metaphor for what you're leaving behind, which could just be the trauma, the events, the karmic imprints. There's so many details in these cards. We could spend hours analyzing each and every one of them. But I'll leave that for all of you to look into yourselves, okay? Because each one of you is going to interface with that imagery in a different way. Spirit, what do we have at the foundation, please? 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the foundation, underneath that 10 of Wands. Let's get some surrounding energy. 8 of Pentacles, also Virgo energy at the sacral. So there's a lot of Virgo energy here. 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles, all Virgo. I just heard organization of the mind. Now, as we know, Virgo energy is all about organization, okay? So it could just be that that's the archetype that you're using right now. See, we all have access to the 12 archetypes. Just because we're born under a certain sign does not mean we don't have all of the other signs integrated into us, okay? Now, the 9 and 8 of Pentacles back-to-back can speak about some sort of wasted talent and feeling disconnected from your true self. And this is all because of this 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands could really represent the trauma, the burdens, the things that people said to you, right? The lack of support from a very young age. And it makes you feel sort of lost in the world. How many of you out there have felt unseen by the world, right? Lost in the world. And I feel that a lot of the times we can feel this way because we know that we're supposed to go down a certain path, but maybe we don't have the support that we think we need to go down that path, quite possibly from the people in our life that we thought by default would support us, right? So it can make us feel lost. You know in your heart of hearts that that's something that you should be doing, yet you don't have the support, so you don't do it. So now you're existing in an alternate reality, a reality where you are not actually interfacing with your highest potential. This is exactly what all of this energy says right here. This is what you are breaking free of now. 10 of Pentacles. This is also very interesting because the cards from this deck are read in their shadow. So 8 and 9 of Pentacles in the shadow to the 10 of Pentacles upright. I just heard overcoming a distortion of what other people think you should be. Now we are getting somewhere. I feel that everything that we have channeled through up until this point can be simplified with that one phrase. This is what this is all about. What do we have? The solar plexus, please, Spirit? Wow. 5 of Wands. There it is. Seeing the 5 of Wands after I delivered that last phrase is Spirit basically saying, bingo. This is representing the unresolved traumas and or karmic imprints that have been creating obstacles and challenges on your path up until this very moment. You have been interfacing with your life. It's like the trauma is the filter that goes on the lens. And it's like you forget that that filter is on the lens. So now you experience your entire life through that filter. This is a perfect analogy for how trauma can truly impact us. It's like we don't know how amazing it could be if we just pulled that filter off of the lens, right? But it's been there for so long, we aren't even aware that it's there. It's like it's so close to us. It's right underneath our nose, yet we can't see it. That's what this feels like. Now, this 5 of Wands underneath the 6 of Pentacles is telling me that you're very close to something here. It's like right now, I'm seeing this vision of you standing on the top of the path, and there's all these little obstacles on the path, right? And on the other side of that path is a doorway, and it's like Spirit is saying, hey, you're right here. Just a couple more little things you got to get around, all right? There's absolutely no reason why you can't get around whatever these obstacles may be for you and your own individual set of circumstances right now. And the reason why you can get around them now is because you can see them. You can see what is in your way. Just because it's in your way doesn't mean you can't go over it. Doesn't mean you can't go under it, whatever it is. But it's different now because before you couldn't see them from this newfound sense of understanding that we are actually channeling through in this reading. See, the understanding here is allowing you to see the obstacles, is allowing you to see the filter on the lens, is allowing you to see what is so close up to you that you are missing it this entire time. Spirit, what do we have at the heart, please? Nine of Cups at the heart position there. Now, the 9 of Cups here with the Hangman above it is speaking about you moving on from some sort of unfulfilled way of living your life. You know, I feel that a lot of you have just become comfortable. You've settled in some area or another. And we all do this, right? We get to a point where maybe we think that we can't succeed any further in some sort of area of our life, so we just settle into some sort of mediocrity. And what the Hangman here above this 9 of Cups is really asking you to do right now is to realign with your goals here. You know, it's like somebody who was working really hard towards something and they reached a certain level and then they just kind of gave up, right? You know, this can be another way of speaking about self-sabotaging in the 11th hour, right? Right before you have the breakthrough, you go, oh, maybe not, right? After you put in all this work. And this actually aligns perfectly with this sort of message because this can speak about individuals who deal with some sort of trauma and it rears its ugly head. It comes up from the deep recesses of their subconscious mind when they need every last drop of their confidence and it says to them, yeah, I don't think so. So they give up, right? I mean, how many of you out there have done that before? We've all done that, right? And I feel that this is what this whole entire message is asking a lot of you to address right now. Why? Why do you get to a certain point and then give up or stop? it's because there's a dark passenger, right? Which is just another way of me compartmentalizing all of this into a sort of singular energy. It's like the trauma turns into a certain energy that is riding shotgun in your life without you even realizing it's truly there. Or maybe it's just become so integrated into the interior of your life that you couldn't possibly imagine what it would be like without it there, because it's just not something that you're consciously even aware of. Wow. Eight of Pentacles again. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles twice now, but these read differently. This one's read in its negative polarity. This one is read in its positive polarity. So what we're seeing here is a complete turnaround. There's an energy here where you are now progressing forward. It's like you've broken free from something, and you're going to start seeing progress in an area of your life that has only ever seen you get so far. It's like all of a sudden you get that breakthrough. It's like all of a sudden you push through to the other side. All of a sudden, the scales just tip and you're on a new timeline. It's like that's the doorway. That breakthrough is the moment that you realize you have broken free from the shackles of whatever this energy may be for you. All right, Spirit, what do we have at the throat, please? The Moon. Pisces energy at the throat. So the Moon can speak about your subconscious mind. It can also speak about things that are hidden, right? So it says right here, divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. So, and then we have the Death card right there, which, speaks about endings and rebirth. So this is the divine showing you, right? A revelation, bringing you messages on how you are to eradicate this energy from your life and or give you the power to destroy it, right? What was once hidden is now being brought out into the light so you can see what you're dealing with in some capacity here. But it's more like you have some sort of conscious awareness of what this is now. And it allows you to interface with your reality in a way that is more empowering, which is what essentially helps with the breakthrough, right? It's like the divine is showing you the Seven of Cups energy, showing you the truth. The Seven of Cups was speaking about all the different illusions, all the different distractions in your life. All the things that are trying to keep you off your intended path. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Six of Cups, Scorpio energy at the third eye. Now, the Six of Cups right underneath that judgment is further highlighting everything we're saying here because it speaks about childhood healing, reconnecting with these old memories and replacing them with a new imprint, right? Again, I'm seeing the individual driving past their old childhood home where they had all these bad memories, and now it's filled with light, love, laughter, maybe children playing outside with their parents, just something that was completely opposite to what you may have experienced in your life. A very basic analogy for what I'm getting here that all of you can apply to your own individual set of circumstances. But that's exactly what this energy is. And it's right there at the third eye. So the third eye is all connected to your intuition. This is spirit helping guide you, helping navigate you through a new kind of awakening in your life that sees you finally overcoming some sort of shadow energy that has been riding shotgun for far too long, and its day is quickly coming to an end. What do we have at the crown to close out the reading, please, Spirit? Seven of Wands underneath the Lovers at the crown to close out the reading. It says right here, liberation. Deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. Now, the Six of Cups, followed by the Seven of Wands, closes out this reading perfectly, because this is you now having faced this shadow energy, right? Whatever that represents for you. It's just a sort of blanketed term. And you are defending your position moving forward. You are standing your ground. You are building your life on a new structure that serves your life in an evolutionary way. It's to say that this new belief system allows for growth. It allows for expansion in a space where you once felt locked in and stuck by the pain, trauma, and karmic imprints of the past, whatever that represents for you. You know, for a lot of you, you're now navigating your lives in a way that once may have felt scary to you. It's like you're accomplishing the actual things that you've always dreamt about. Going all the way back to this 10 of Wands, right? Here you are, carrying all these burdens, right? What if? And now here you are, 7 of Wands. Yeah, I don't think so. We're not doing that anymore. We play by my rules now. The gloves are off, and nothing and no one is going to get in your way moving forward. So with that, I will leave it here. All right, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So drop me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.